Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
To throw on second is Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Now a handoff looking right. He's to the 10. The ball comes out. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Here's Stafford now on second down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. We were just talking about him pregame, 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there, another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described, and I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball, and that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
Caught by Nelson left side, and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. For the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Hey, track 32, track 32.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Going deep for Moncrief. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. 19 yards that time for number 19. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down following the run. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Barkevious Mingo. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. He's gonna air one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's our visiting side with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. In motion goes the tight end. Neal. An agile move, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Stafford rolling to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. On 3rd down. That's Hardy, and he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 38-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now a handoff as they run left side. Room to run past midfield. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 61 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And his kick is right through. Here's Parkey now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Play action. Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down. On first down, it's Stafford. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. We're back to Houston after this timeout. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Now he'll let it go deep, right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On third down, it's Hardy. Now the ball comes loose, and the Texans scoop it. And they'll be inside the red zone with the ball at the 16-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line.
And he will have a touchdown. Deshaun Watson as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a nice spin into some open field. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Texans add on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. The other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game. But here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game. And if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit. Try it that way.
Yeah, he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. On 4th down, Stafford. He's got a man. It's Williams. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that leads to a Chicago 1st down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
This is Neal. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they had the box stacked. That run was going nowhere from the start.
And when you say stacked, you really mean it, don't you? Because when you're talking about a 46 defense, commonly known as the Bear defense, you're covering up the guys inside, and you're allowing other people to get in there close to the line of scrimmage, usually an 8-man front. That's difficult to block for an offense. On that play, the defense won in a big way. No gain at all.
On 3rd down. That's Bishop, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
They certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back out on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, eluding the tackle. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Watson off play action. Buying time to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Watson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. Third down here.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. And Parkey's kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This will be taken short. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. So some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of this.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out comes Houston. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And now here's a carry heading left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, But what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. To throw on second down is Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Again, they run with Neal. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Hey, 22!
They'll fake it. Now Stafford under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Oftentimes, when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. On first down, Stafford here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Now a desperation throw deep, and this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down.
But it was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And Watson's going to throw it here. A quick hitter complete. It's Cannon. And he is finally out of bounds across midfield at the 40-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards. Now a first down throw, Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Barkevius Mingo in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Here we go! Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go! 190!
To throw on second is Watson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. And they will score up. So that's a wrap for Charles.